Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tacoma Little Theatre virtually. My name is Chris Service. I'm the Managing Artistic Director. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the second of our holiday readings, Hanukkah Lights in the Big Sky, written by Buffy Sedlachek and directed by Melanie Gladstone. A few important things before we begin tonight's show. Number one, we want to thank you everybody for being here so much tonight. We really do appreciate that you joined us for this show. Another thing we want to remind you of is that we do have some other great programs coming up. Next Thursday evening, Christmas Eve, we have two programs. We have our third holiday reading, which is Washington Irving's Old Christmas, adapted by Judith Cullen. And then we also have an episode of our weekly space radio comedy serial, Spacies, with a very special holiday spatial. So we're hoping that you will join us for that. Also check out our great programs and educational programs that we have on the Tacoma Little Theatre website. We are so fortunate that you've joined us for the holidays tonight. We really do appreciate you being here. And we want to say, think about us in the holidays as you think about everything. We have some great things going on, and we hope that you have some great things going on in your families also in this time period. So everybody, sit back and enjoy Hanukkah Lights in the Big Sky. Thank you. So everybody, sit back and enjoy Hanukkah Lights in the Big Sky. Thank you.
Lights rise on Tammy and Isaac. She sits. He has his head in her lap. Isaac's bedroom window visible.
So, after 3 years of fighting, the Jews defeated the Greek army, despite having fewer men and weapons.
Whoa, those Maccabees were tough, huh?
Well, Isaac, the point of the story is...
Take that, and that, and whip, whip, double spin, and yes, the Syrians are down, the Greeks are down. Go, Maccabees, go!
Isaac, settle down, hey. This is not a video game. This is not an action movie, for goodness sakes.
Hey, I didn't mean...
This was real.
Hey.
The Greeks had treated the Jews horribly for many years. They destroyed the temple, removed and broke the golden menorah, tried to force the Jews to eat unclean foods, murdered us.
Okay.
But in the end, we were sent a great miracle.
Yeah, the Maccabees rocked.
Well, I suppose they did. They had no choice.
Mom, it's fun. Hey, take that. Yeah.
They had to fight fire with fire.
I know.
Well, you think this is some kind of superhero made-up story, huh?
No.
Honestly, and watch your feet. You could hurt somebody with those kicks.
Mom, I'm not going to go out and Maccabee all over somebody just to prove a point. Come on. Get to the miracle, okay?
Okay. Judah Maccabee and his soldiers went to the Holy Temple. So much had been destroyed by the Greeks. They cleaned up and repaired the temple. And then we wanted to celebrate. The Maccabees wanted to light the menorah, but there was only enough oil to burn for less than a day. Miraculously, the oil lasted for 8 days. That was enough time to find new oil to keep the menorah lit.
So we celebrate Hanukkah for 8 days by lighting candles in the menorah every night to remember the miracle?
We add new light, more and more light the miracle. A great miracle happened there, Isaac.
So I can put the menorah in my window and we'll start lighting it on the first night of Hanukkah?
Yes, it shouldn't hurt anything to put it in the window. The mitzvah of the lighting comes from the candles being visible to others. Now, off you go. Good night.
Tammy kisses Isaac goodnight and leaves his room. As winter moonlight streams through his window, Isaac is heard from under the covers.
Take that and that. My name is Judah, and I'm a Maccabee. Yay!
Isaac, good night.
Night, Mom.
As Isaac sleeps, a creeping shadow falls and lights shift. Dreamlike, a man stands looking down at Isaac's bed.
Isaac, do you know my soldiers and I cleaned and restored an entire temple? But I wouldn't touch that closet of yours. Such a mess.
Whoa, what are you doing here?
You brought me here. I'm your dream.
Oh, good. So that's why you sound like my dad. Hold on. If you're in my head, then any question I ask you, the answers will already be in my head, right?
I don't know. Try me.
So I was wondering about the dreidels.
Dreidels saved lives in my family.
Whoa, what?
My father and my uncles would be studying Torah. Then the Greek soldiers appeared.
Whoa, danger.
So my father and my uncles would suddenly play dreidel. Hanukkah dreidels came later.
After you creamed the Greeks.
Right.
Did your dreidels look like mine?
Judah, seated on the bed, discovers he is sitting on a dreidel.
Well, I didn't sleep with my dreidel.
They laugh together as Judah hands the dreidel to Isaac.
So now you should sleep. And remember, you are descended from the Maccabees.
And I could clean somebody's clock, right?
Not exactly. Don't go looking for trouble. Be generous, Isaac. And when you lead with not only strength, but also wisdom.
Okay, not only strength, but also wisdom. Not only...
Isaac sleeps. Judah is gone. Tammy hears something and with flashlight goes out into the yard to investigate. Lights out. In the dark, the sudden sharp sound of glass breaking.
Mom! Mom! Mom!
Isaac, I'm coming.
Tammy uses the flashlight to find her way into the house. They both continue calling to each other until they see each other.
Mom!
What was it? A branch? A limb from a tree?
Mom, look! Look at this!
He holds up a book that has landed on the bed. They speak over each other, tense and rapid.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, not, oh no.
Mom, don't step on the glass!
Are you all right? Here, come here.
Tammy uses the flashlight, approaches Isaac's bed. She pulls him to her. They sit holding each other on his bed, seen dimly by the light of the flashlight.
Come on, come.
Scary, huh?
Oh yeah.
Broke my menorah.
Lights come on. They take notice.
Maybe it was an accident.
Sure.
Pause. They hold each other.
Mom, I can hear your heart. It's thumping pretty loud.
Oh,
Kind of scaring me.
sorry.
Mom,
Yeah?
it wasn't an accident, was it?
They exchange a look. She holds him very tightly, a tone, perhaps as lights dance with shadow. Lights land on Katie Martin. Katie is pulling the finishing touches on an art project at the table. A moment. Then Lori is heard from off as she enters.
Katie, dinner's in the oven. Now let me take a look at that homework. Hey there, Miss Rembrandt.
I think I'm more of a modern artist, Mom.
Oh, modern artist like Picasso?
Maybe. Or maybe like, who's a modern girl artist?
Georgia O'Keeffe? Frida Kahlo?
Okay. Hey, open the Christmas cookies.
Well, we cut and frosted about 16 dozen. I think we can afford to start eating them early. Pretty colors. What's that for?
It's a present for my friend Isaac.
He holds up an exquisitely colored, but not yet cut out 13-candle menorah, hand-drawn.
It's a menorah.
Really? Are you sure that's what they look like?
Well, I'm pretty sure. It's kind of like a tree with a lot of candles growing straight up from the branches.
Very Picasso.
It's for his bedroom, for Hanukkah.
Honey, it's Hanukkah. Hanukkah. 3 syllables.
I said.
I don't think so. You mushed them together. 3 distinct syllables. Are you sure that's a proper looking menorah?
Mom, it's the thought that.
Right.
And Isaac will know I did my best.
Right. He's a great kid.
Yeah. Last night, somebody threw a brick through Isaac's window and
Wait, what?
somebody
What
broke
happened?
Isaac's menorah. And I wanted to help him feel better, so.
I had no idea. Is Isaac all right?
Just scared. A little.
I'll say.
Mom, who would do such a thing? Throw a brick through a kid's window?
I don't know, honey. I should call Tammy, and I'll send over some cookies.
The Christmas cookies?
I'll send fudge then.
Really?
Well, I have to send her something.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. Honestly. Come on. Help me put together a basket to send over there.
Mom, when you say send, do you mean I'm taking it over?
Yeah, that's what it sometimes means around here.
Okay. At least when Dad lived with us, send usually meant he did it.
Yeah, well, he's doing errands elsewhere these days, and that leaves you and me to divvy up the work. Smile.
A little silliness, tossed hat or something, music, lights shift. Judah Maccabee stands with a crossing guard flag.
Now then, let's all be careful. Watch both ways, always, and look behind you, and stay on the path. There's no cause for paranoia, kids. Just be aware of your surroundings. Don't take foolish chances, and listen with your heart.
School bell sounds. Katie and Isaac arriving at school, outerwear, backpacks. They wave to their respective moms as if having been dropped off at school.
Hey, bye now. See you later.
Isaac, hold up.
See, I'm walking with Katie.
Hi, Mrs. Pearl.
Why is it that when your parents don't want to scare you, they stick to you so hard that they end up scaring you anyway?
So you're not scared then?
Well, I'd like to pull a Judah Maccabee all over the person who threw a brick through my window.
Whatever that means.
It's a Hanukkah thing. Judah the Hammer Maccabee. Kapow, zwip, kachow.
He's throwing karate moves around. He sees Judah. A look passes between them. He stops.
Hey there.
Are you listening with your heart, son? Have
Judah-
a better day.
And gives a sort of salute wave and exits. Isaac watches him go.
Isaac. Earth to Isaac. Isaac Pearl. Okay, I may not know much about being a Jew, but I know Hanukkah is not about giving you permission to fight with somebody.
You sure?
Stop it. Here, I made this for you because your menorah getting broken and all and stuff.
He holds up the large 13-candle menorah. He looks back at where Judah was.
A great miracle happened there.
I made it for your window. Is it okay?
It's abundantly wonderful. Thanks.
There might be a few extra candles, huh?
A few.
Oops.
But hey, lighting the candle is a mitzvah. So,
Mitzvah? Huh?
oh, well, it's a law and it's a gift, a kindness.
Okay.
Anyways, there's a bunch of candles here. More candles, more mitzvah. More lighting, that's not bad.
What's exactly the kindness?
Well, Jews are called upon to bring the light, to dispel the darkness in the world.
That's very kind. Cool.
And this is a small miracle from a friend, a kindness.
Mitzvah! So did you do the science experiment?
I got weird results.
Yeah, me too. I think Mrs. Brown is doing her famous thing where she gives us
Only part of the formula. Then, the next day, she adds the missing information and pow!
we suddenly get the right answers.
She wants us to remember how we've learned.
Yeah, I'll remember how Mrs. Brown is sneaky.
School bell.
Come on, race ya!
The lights shift. A policeman appears to be investigating something. After a moment, Tammy enters. She wears a sweater as if just tossed on to go outside.
Officer, you startled me. I saw this shadow pass by the window. Did you miss something?
Well, actually, the chief wanted me to check the snow and mud pits to see if there was a percentage of making a cast. I told him, well, there's probably nothing useful, but, well, you don't listen to me much. He probably doesn't want any trouble from you people, you know.
Which people would that be, officer? What are you suggesting?
I ain't suggesting nothing, ma'am. It's just that there's rock in your kid's window and vandalism in the Jewish cemetery. And the tire slashed over to some rabbi's house. And there could be, somebody could raise a stink.
Well, I think somebody has raised a stink. This stink of hate viciously directed at my little boy, my son. You want to talk about stink? You want to talk about trouble?
Well, ma'am,
Just exactly do you say to your child for after such a cowardly attack?
Well, ma'am, I ain't married. I ain't got no kids.
What would you tell my son then, huh?
Well, ma'am, I'd tell him to keep the menorah out of the window and for one thing, and I'd keep my religious trappings to myself. No sense in drawing fire.
Draw fire? Excuse me? What is that supposed to mean?
All I'm saying that there's all kinds of people in the world. And some of them are quick to judge, and some of them are even quicker with their tempers. You have a good holiday, ma'am. Now, you know.
He tips his hat and exits. Tammy is furious.
Of all the nerve, I'd keep my religious trappings to myself. Do you even know what holiday my people are celebrating? For crying out loud.
Tammy goes into the house, walks into Isaac's room, looks at his broken window. A moment. Walks back to the phone, dials.
Hello. Yes, I'd like to speak with the editor, please. Oh, me? I'm the mother of a boy who has been the victim of a hate crime. I just don't know what to tell him. I don't know how to explain to him. Well, we're so vulnerable, it seems. And you see, the police have been less than, oh, sorry, right. Just the receptionist, right? Yes, I understand. I'll hold. Wouldn't want to hear anything upsetting now, would we?
Lights shift. Lori's house. Isaac and Katie eating Christmas cookies.
Oh, for Christmas, you make all these cutout cookies, trees, and angels, and what's that?
Incomplete Santa with backpack full of toys.
Huh?
He's in profile, and he's missing some of his backpack. See, here's the whole one.
Well, let's make a match.
He grabs the whole Santa, biting it into a smaller shape as the other.
Nick!
Oops, now they're uneven. I'll have to chomp a little of this guy. Oops, now this. Oops.
Katie is giggling. They're laughing. Ben.
So he called your mom, right? So she's not worried?
Well, she's worried, but she knows I'm here.
So, do you have any cool Hanukkah cookies?
Better, we have latkes.
Oh, yeah, they're like hash browns, huh?
Bite your tongue. Potato latkes are light and crisp, and you smother them in applesauce and sour cream. They're not like hash browns at all.
Well, we get Christmas stockings and presents under the tree.
Oh yeah? Sometimes kids get a present each day for 8 days.
Whoa!
But not me. My parents think that's too much.
Too bad.
Yeah. Anyway, Hanukkah gets pretty much buried by, well, the whole Christmas thing. It's just,
No, I don't, and I hate it.
what?
You know.
No, I don't.
No, you know.
Do not.
Okay, no, I hate it when instead of saying the whole sentence, you say you know.
But sometimes, you know,
The whole Christmas thing is what?
like a viral cultural infection.
Hey, what kind of talk is that?
Dad's a doctor. What do you expect?
Seriously,
So what's this?
a wise man. I like making them. Even though they showed up really late. Wait, did you say 8 days a little while ago?
8 days to remember the miracle, Katie. Light burned in the temple for 8 days on enough oil for less than a day. And
Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Why didn't you say something? I put 13 candles on your menorah.
so, hey, there were no need to be embarrassed. Right now, I think we could use all the light we can get. Mitzvah, right?
Right?
Tammy is startled as she and Hal cross each other as she approaches the newspaper office. Then Tammy alone at the newspaper office.
Look, this is not easy for me. I come from a very conservative Christian family. We do not make waves. We did not ever draw attention to ourselves. I grew up believing everybody's struggles were the same. So if you had a struggle, you kept it to yourself and you didn't get involved in other people's business and they stayed out of yours. Now, as I've become a Jew, I'm walking in someone else's shoes. And in these shoes, I can see that not all struggles are the same. And silence is not a virtue. And it's not right that I'm being told to leave well enough alone. I'm being shamed, as if I should be embarrassed that this happened to my son. There are consequences in this town for being different. Did you know that? What will I tell my son? Are you willing to print anything in the Gazette about this? Will you stand up and be counted?
Lights shift. Lori's house. Lori stomps in. Katie is sitting at the table doing homework.
Oh, I cannot believe this. Look at this headline in the Billings Gazette.
Oh, but how could you explain to that child? Oh no, that's a picture of Isaac's bedroom window.
But listen to this. Tammy Pearl says that the investigating officer suggested that she remove all religious icons from doors and windows from public view in order to prevent being a target in the future. Ridiculous.
Mom,
Well, just imagine. What if someone told us we should hide our wreath or our Christmas tree or your dad's silly looking light up reindeer? What if they said we couldn't have a manger in our front yard? What if we had these things in our yard and because of it, people threw rocks at our house?
nobody would do that.
Not yet. Just because today these cowards are trying to scare Jews, who will they target next?
Mom,
I can't just sit still for this. We can't. The nerve.
Mom, I'm getting shivery.
Katie, I'm not trying to scare you,
Hey,
but we're dealing with bullies here, and somebody has to take a stand. And that policeman was no better than a thug himself.
Chief Morin's not like that, is he?
Don't you worry. Gil will not stand for it. I need to talk to Tammy.
Can I go with you?
That's my girl.
As they exit, lights up on Hal and her sporting goods store. She's stacking ammo boxes and organizing fishing rods.
Yeah, you got your store, see, like this here. I've been selling sporting goods my whole life. I grew up in here. My father's store before it was mine. You want a gun for shooting elk? I got that. You want to catch rainbow trout? I got everything you need right here. Supply all the soccer balls for the girls' league. And I even sell a few golf clubs now and then. This here bat, ain't it a beauty? Huh? Like that? Look at that. Look how it swings. But I ain't gonna be selling any baseball bats today. It's the dead of winter. Maybe some snowshoes. You never know. I gotta tell you something that really frosts me, drives me nuts. How that brick through that kid's window is upsetting all my fun. I mean, how can I enjoy my customers coming in, looking at this, looking at that, when the whole time I'm thinking, I wonder, is he the one? Wonder, does he throw bricks at little kids' windows when he ain't out fishing? Does she toss things at people's houses when she ain't coaching Little League? And what about that guy? And him, and her, and him? I really, really hate how this makes me think about people like they're all bad guys. But look, I'm putting up signs all over the outside of my store, like this one, not in our town. And this one, no hate, no violence. And this one, peace on earth. And if some creeps throw bricks at my store windows, I'm gonna just keep on putting up signs and standing up for what's right until they stop.
Lights shift at Tammy's home. Katie and Isaac and Lori are there.
Well, what do we do? Sit back and wait until they seriously injure someone?
Well, I, for one, have had it up to my eyeballs.
Come on, Katie. Want to see my room? Scene of the crime?
Cool.
Isaac, this isn't some game.
Mom, I didn't mean...
Sorry, go on. But stay out of the way of the window repairman. Please.
The kids exit.
I should be glad he's not falling apart, that he has his father's dry sense of humor. Instead, I bite his head off.
So I guess you're kind of normal then. Regular issue, Mom?
Oh yeah, regular grumpy mother bear.
Laughter subsides into silence.
My heart was in my throat. Isaac could have been hurt. The thought of my son, my home, my life being...
Somebody ought to show these freaks that their brand of hate is not welcome in our town.
It may be your town, Lori, but it's not exactly ours yet. One's town should feel safe, don't you think?
These thugs have gotten away with vandalism and threats for, some say 50 years or more. It's a big, stinking, ugly problem in our town, and nobody deals with it.
Too much silence.
Well, you went to the Gazette. Not exactly silent, were you?
You do not want to think that someone hates you so much that they would harm your children. So you try not to think about it. And that leads to dangerous silence. Did you know that over 1,000 pounds of Ku Klux Klan literature was once distributed in a 2-block radius of this house? Brian's patients have received letters because they go to a Jewish doctor. We have so many bomb threats at our synagogue that they have a policy in place for handling them.
Tammy, I had no idea. Why have you not told me these things?
Once, when Isaac was only a baby, I called the Gazette to put an ad in the calendar for a Jewish education event. And 15 minutes later, as I pulled the minivan out of our driveway, someone shot out the back window. Isaac was in his car seat. Shards of glass covered my baby.
Nobody should have to live with this.
Well, not anymore. I'm not going to be silent. Once the newspaper hits the streets, you may be the only person who will talk to me. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm not going anywhere. You're stuck with me, pal.
Shift to Isaac's room. Katie, Isaac, and Judah Maccabee as the repair window guy.
So, kid, what'd you do? Make somebody mad at you?
I didn't do anything.
Whoa, whoa, hey, lighten up, dude. I just thought one of your pals did this or something.
I don't have any pals that would be going out after dark and doing vandalism.
Oh, vandalism. Well, that's a different deal.
They did it because Isaac's family is Jewish.
Oh, cool. I mean, sweet. I mean, not that they did it, but sweet that you're Jewish. We don't have enough Jews around here.
What?
I mean, what do you see everywhere you go, huh? Lots of white, lots of Christian. This town needs more Buddhists, more blacks, more Jews, and more of everything. And we need some wise leadership. Strength lies in wisdom. Wish more people would see that.
Wait a minute. Who did you say you were?
Didn't say. Now, your window is all set.
Wait, you're Judah the Hammer, aren't you? You're gonna kick these guys into next week.
Hey, kid, I'm thinking you aren't hearing me. Brains, wisdom. That's all you need, dude. I'll just show myself out.
He exits.
You catch this guy's name?
His shirt pocket read Mac, I think.
Tammy and Lori in another area.
I'll tell you one thing. Gil's gonna be taking the cop's head off.
You're calling Chief Moran Gill. Something brewing?
Hey, you bowl on the same team, names get used, and sometimes you gotta talk about it over coffee.
Uh-huh. He's a good guy then?
Yep, and you can count on him.
The sign on the highway says there's 80,000 people living here, and less than 500 are Jews. It's a huge battle.
Maybe, but this is America, for crying out loud. And I think the two of us together might be able to light a fire under a few people around here.
Isaac and Katie enter.
Weird guy fixed our window, Mom. He was like he was Judah Maccabee or something.
Isaac, he was just a window repairman.
You don't know. He could have been a miracle.
Oh, Isaac. I know you'd like to believe that Judah could show right up here and now and take on the bad guys. But honey, this is reality. This is Montana. It's 1993. He's not coming to the rescue.
You don't know either, Mom. We could be getting a miracle. God wouldn't let this go.
Well, with all due respect to God, Isaac, honey, we're not waiting for your friend Judah to show up. We need to hatch our own plan. So over dinner, we'll figure out what we're gonna do.
Lights shift to Mrs. Brown's classroom.
In addition to making mittens for the mitten Christmas tree, we will be making menorahs for our classroom holiday project this year. We hope to see menorahs lighting up as many windows as possible. You all know what happened to Isaac. We've talked about how it made us feel helpless, but now we're doing something. We're standing up. Isaac and Katie will be distributing the materials for you, and before they do so, I have a story I'd like to tell you. It's about how ordinary people can make good things happen, even when the bad guys think they're winning. No, Thomas and Charlie, this is not religious instruction. This is a public school, and this is a history lesson. You may not be excused. I will gladly meet with your parents after school. In September 1943, the Nazis decided to round up the Jews in Denmark, who they had made wear yellow stars of David. They planned to send them to the death camps. King Christian X threatened to leave his throne and to wear the yellow star of David as a badge of honor. His actions inspired the people of Denmark, and they all started wearing the stars. Could you follow your leader into doing something like that? What if you were afraid to help? How would you get the courage? Is making these menorahs a courageous thing to do? Why? Why not? We will keep a class journal of our experience. There will be a place to examine these questions for ourselves. There's much more to the story of Denmark and the Nazis. Courageously acting on a tip from a German shipping official, Danes from all walks of life mobilized whatever would float and ferried 5,900 Jews, 1,300 part Jews, and 700 Christians married to Jews to safety in Sweden. Of the 500 or so Jews left in Denmark on October 1st, 1943, all were sent by the Germans to the death camp, Theresienstadt. Almost all of the Jews of Denmark survived the war. Imagine an entire country working together to overcome a powerful force of hate. We can do this. We can overcome hate. Maybe we could be an example. What do you think, Isaac? Katie?
So, Mrs. Brown said we could use our art time and our social studies time to make these menorahs. I made a pattern. There are 8 candles, one for each day of Hanukkah, plus a 9th candle. That's the one used for lighting the others. It's a helper candle.
We call it the Shamish.
Right. So you can each make as many as you want. And Mrs. Brown said we could put them up right in our classroom window. You can use my pattern or use your own.
If you want to make one for your house, you can.
And thanks. Thanks, everybody.
Light to Lori and Tammy as they enter.
I'm Lori, and this is my friend Tammy.
And we're so pleased to be able to speak at your church tonight. Thank you for making time for us.
I know this is right in the middle of your preparations for the Christmas pageant.
But that makes it a perfect time for us to ask for your help. As you can see, we don't have a speech or anything. We just wanted you to see us in person.
We've been told that it's very hard work getting good people to actually do good things.
But we're starting to believe it may be easier if we're a crowd.
Kind of hold each other up, you know?
Anyway, all human beings deserve a decent quality of life. And we just want to ask you one question. And it's the same question Lori and I have been asking all over town at PTA meetings.
City council.
What do you think you
and your friends
can do to help stop the hate crimes in Billings?
Thanks, ladies, for invigorating our congregation tonight. Thank you. But one church is not enough. I'm calling for a meeting of all the Christian pastors in the Billings and the surrounding area. I believe we can count on all of our members to stand with us. And just you wait. We'll invite this community to rise up and say, we don't want this here, not anymore.
Lights shift. Katie and Isaac walking home from school. They carry large bags full of kid-made menorahs, and as well as their backpacks.
Did you notice all of those menorahs Jessie made are pink with little hearts and butterflies?
Hey, she made them. Anyway, they just like her personality. very, girly.
But it's a symbol of religious significance. Pink, hearts.
Hey, Mikey drew little baseball and soccer balls all over his.
You're kidding. That's just dumb.
Katie, chill. It's not dumb. He's trying to help out. He just doesn't know all of the information. It's cool.
Whatever.
Hey, you made a 13 candle menorah just a few days ago, and now you're the what? You're the menorah making champion?
Rats, you're right. Just, I'm embarrassed for all of us. How dumb we are about everything, you know?
Well, we could all use a lot more information about everybody around us, not just Jews.
Well, it's not like they teach us in school or anything.
Mrs. Brown does okay.
Yeah, I never noticed before how overrun we are with Christmas decorations. They're everywhere.
Oh yeah, I've noticed. Wreaths, trees, light up snowmen, and reindeers and waving Santas, and maybe a candle or two.
But look, there's a menorah in that house, and that one, and over there, right next to the Christmas stuff. Cool.
Whoa, Hanukkah lights.
Okay, stop that. I know how to say Hanukkah now.
Silliness, they stop. Suddenly, they see something across the street. Fear and hushed.
Isaac,
Yeah?
is that
Yeah?
blood?
Spray paint, I think. You can tell from the splatter.
But it's all over the side of Mr. Jamieson's house.
There's a menorah in his window.
Mr. Jamieson goes to my church, Isaac.
I know.
Come on, we better go tell our moms.
Huh.
They run off. Music and lights shift. Lori, Mr. Jameson, and Tammy enter. He's a bit older in appearance. Walks with a cane, perhaps.
Tammy, Lori, so good to see ya.
Hey there, Mr. Jameson.
Looks like they're hard at it.
Yes, they are. I just don't know what to say. First of all, when I saw those yahoos covered my house with spray paint and all those rotten words, well, but now, with all your help around here, I wish my sweet Irene, rest her soul, wish she could be here.
Well, she can probably see, don't you think?
Yeah, she was the kindest, most generous. Well, and you two gals. Well, you're just angels, aren't you? Angels, I tell you.
Well, we would love to take all the credit here, but
We can't. All we did was ask the president of the Painters Union to drive by your house.
Is that all it took? Well, I'll be darned.
you just wanted to get those awful words and symbols covered up as quickly as possible. Look at them go.
Look at those young legs. They sure can move.
Isaac and Katie enter with painter hats and jackets that are spotted with 2 complementary greens.
Hey, neat. Those painters are going to be done before dark.
Pretty good considering how short the winter day is. Anyway,
Hey, they let us paint the garage door.
I can see that. I hope you left more paint on the wall than you got on yourself.
Good thing the weather's cooperating.
At least the paint's not going to freeze before it dries.
yeah, it'll stay on the warm side for a few more days. Always gets a good temperature drop and a little snow just in time for Christmas Eve.
See, winter and Christmas are hand-in-hand concepts in a lot of lives.
Maybe, but not this year.
30.
What?
I'm gonna get some coffee for the painters. I count 30 of them.
Holy cats.
Or something.
Hey, you kids wanna give me a hand with the coffees?
Is it okay, Mom?
Sure.
See you back at the house, Katie.
Hey,
Jameson and kids exit.
You know, it's really dangerous for someone like Mr. Jameson to be standing up like this. I mean, putting a menorah.
Yeah, well, it does draw fire, doesn't it?
That's exactly what that ridiculous cop said. Draw fire. He made it sound as if I was choosing to be a target. I wasn't drawing fire. I was just breathing, for crying out loud. But these people, all of these good people, they are drawing fire. They are targets on purpose. What are we doing? Are we crazy? How can we ask our neighbors, friends, and people we don't even know to do this?
But that's exactly what we do. Ask. Just ask. And then they decide for themselves to do what's right.
Lights shift to Isaac and Katie. They're working on putting a menorah in the middle of a Christmas store wreath. They work in Isaac's bedroom window, where the 13-candle menorah is proudly displayed.
Isaac. Silver, blue, and green, and red look weird together. The colors of Christmas and Hanukkah combined.
Double yuck. My mom put a Star of David at the top of our Christmas tree.
And my mom's got us making this Christmas meets Hanukkah wreath thingy.
This could really get out of hand. What would you do if they came back? Aren't you scared? A little?
Truth?
Truth. Pinky swear and spit in your hand.
Gross.
Okay, no spitting.
Isaac and Katie assume the pinky swear.
I pinky swear I'm telling the truth about being afraid.
Okay.
Well,
Judah appears at Isaac's window. Isaac sees him.
I am scared. And I'm really, really mad.
And they can come back.
Yeah, they will come back. They will always be back. Like we learned in Mrs. Brown's class, the people with racism and prejudices in their hearts are always looking to pick on somebody. Maybe next time they'll pick on the Native Americans or the Black people or the Sweeties. Who knows? It's just so wrong.
Because they don't care who they pick on.
Yeah, I know. Like Mr. Jamieson's house, he's just an old man with an opinion they don't like.
But what scares me more is just people letting them win.
If we were just silent about all this.
Then they get to believe they are right.
Attaboy, you go get him.
Judah disappears.
See, they think their job is to cut us from the herd.
But they can't do that if the herd sticks with you.
Not a real safe choice for the herd.
Makes it kind of feel old, huh?
Hey, waking up to a brick through your window and your mom racing it barefoot across a glass floor, well, it might not turn your hair gray or anything, but it blows the heck out of trying to just be a kid. You know?
Silence, then.
Don't tell my mom how mad I am.
My mom said anger is real fear.
For crying out loud, you pinky swore.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm your friend. I was just...
I'm done talking about this. Got it?
Yeah, well, Isaac, come on.
Just get away from me. Go on.
Isaac, don't you talk to me like that.
Back off.
Hey, you're not supposed to be running around alone.
And don't follow me.
Hey, Isaac, come back here. Hey, honestly.
Lights shift to the chief of police. Gil, city council meeting.
Mr. Chairman, members of the city council. Well, I have been chief of police here in Billings for a number of years now. And I must say the recent criminal activities will not be tolerated. I will enforce the laws to the best of my ability, and I encourage Montana voters to support lawmakers in bringing strict hate crimes to our state. When the brick went through Isaac Pearl's bedroom window, it was not the first hate crime in our town, but I want us all to pledge to make it among the last. Your passing of the zero tolerance ordinance will help my department move forward on this. My friend, Rabbi Shapiro, he tells me that Hanukkah is a Hebrew word for dedication. We need to dedicate ourselves to tolerance and to supporting the notion that Billings will drive out the darkness of prejudice with the light of 1,000 menorahs. Now, more than a few people have called me down at the station and expressed a great deal of worry about how dangerous it is to take such action. To stand with our Jewish brothers and sisters at this time has been called risky. Well, I am telling you, there is a greater risk in not doing anything. The Smiths family's cat was shot with an arrow the night they put up a menorah on their front window. And the windows with menorahs at the United Methodist Church were broken out. And 6 other non-Jewish families have had their car windows broken. But I am telling you, we have them outnumbered. And the numbers of folks standing up for what's right just keeps on growing. I have never been prouder to serve the good people of this town.
His beeper goes off.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got to take this. You can shut that off now. I got to run.
Lights on Tammy and Lori, Katie. There's a weird combination of Hanukkah and Christmas decor at Lori's house.
Mom, I told you, I have no clue where Isaac is.
Could he be with his dad?
Brian's not due back from the conference until the day after tomorrow.
I phoned up the police. They beeped Gil. He'll know what to do. Do you think I should phone again?
Tomorrow night's the first night of Hanukkah. We were going to put Brian on the speakerphone from his hotel room while the sun was going down, and then I'd light the candles. And Lori, what if? I can't think about it.
What if you stop pacing, honey? You're really not helping at the moment.
Mom, I didn't mean to be.
For crying out loud. Come here. Come on.
Katie is held tightly by her mom. A moment. Then Lori extends her arm and Tammy comes to them, and it becomes a 3-way hug. They hold this a moment. Suddenly, rumbly sound. They jump.
What the heck? What? Oh no.
Miss Martin, Lori, hey, you ought to be keeping that garage door closed and locked. I just shut it all the way down.
Gil?
Chief Moran, is that you?
Yeah, I'll just check around the outside and I'll be right in.
But Gil, he's been gone for a while.
I just want to be sure he's not hiding on the property somewhere.
Sound of a door slam.
For crying out loud, if he was on the property, wouldn't we know it?
Not if he's hurt or unconscious.
Katie!
Lights fade to Isaac. He holds a handful of menorahs. Judah Maccabee stands with him.
I was so scared and so mad. I just want to Maccabee all over them, you know?
Oh, yes, I know.
My mom would kill me. She's trying all the peace in the community, pulling people together stuff. It would not be cool to me just for me to fight fire with fire, you know?
We are called upon to bring light to the world, Isaac.
Yeah, I know. So
You have a plan that shows wisdom.
Well, yeah, kinda. I hope. I'm going in there.
Billings Gazette?
It's a newspaper office. My mom came here for help.
I know that. I'm just a product of your mind, Isaac, and I know everything you know.
I know that. But you give me advice.
Oh, you are very good at imagining how I might advise you. After all, you read everything about me, true?
Oh, yeah. And I know that you would have pulled a couple of these thin kicks like that and that on the Greeks, wouldn't you?
Well, perhaps, but I was the hammer after all, not the kicker.
They laugh. Then, as they fall silent, a pause.
You know, I don't care if you're from my brain or you're the real Judas somehow, magically appearing here to make me feel better. Because you do. Help me out. I mean, with the whole fear thing.
If there is any kindness I can show, any good thing I can do, let me do it now. Let me not defer it or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again.
Whoa. Cool. That did not just come from my brain.
Maybe it did. Now, go on in there and proceed with your plan.
Isaac starts forward, then stops, turns to Judah.
Judah, thanks.
Isaac turns and faces an imagined newspaper man.
Hello, sir. You don't know me, but I'm the boy who got the brick through his window. The menorah thing, well, I'm thinking we just got to fill this town with light. And some people have been doing a great job. But what about this? What if, just suppose, what if you could use one of these menorahs the kids drew, make it big, like a whole page, and then you could have an article that says we're encouraging people to color them up and put the lights in their window. I was kind of hoping you'd do it as a good citizen because I can't pay any fees or anything. The thing is, I know just about everybody in the county reads the Billings Gazette. You'd be doing quite the service, young man. Now, I gotta go. Gotta get home before my mom gets worried. You know how they are. I look forward to seeing tomorrow's paper, sir.
Gil grabs Isaac and runs him to Laurie's house as lights rise on Tammy, Laurie, and Katie. Gil enters with Isaac in tow.
We found him downtown, ma'am. He looks to be all right now.
Oh, Isaac, I thought something happened to you.
Well, kind of. I'm okay.
Why would you do such a thing? Just disappear, not tell us where you were going. And after all the things in town lately.
Mom, it's all right. I had to do something to bring more light.
What have you done, young man?
Mom, it's okay. I just went to the newspaper for help. You'll see. It's okay.
Oh, what am I going to do with you, my sweet, sweet boy?
Hey, Mom, it's okay, really. Could ya,
Sure.
Later, taken off without me.
Come on.
Whatever. You look hungry. Do you want some Christmas cookies?
Only if I can buy the Santa heads.
Isaac Pearl.
Now don't fill up on cookies. I've got a mess of trout about to finish baking. And you're all staying, right?
Well, I
don't take no for an answer.
It's the rainbows you brought us last week.
Oh, that's one sweet fish, isn't it?
Don't know unless you taste it.
Yeah.
Well, nothing left to do but pitch in.
They are all getting ready to exit together. Isaac is the last to leave. Tammy pauses, admiring her son as he stands unaware that she watches him. Lights fade.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's first night of Hanukkah tonight. And I want you to be on alert for any problems. There could be a few, or maybe we'll get lucky. At any rate, I don't need to remind you, this department has a zero tolerance policy passed in an emergency session of the City Council. Now, get out there and spread some peace on Earth.
Lights up in Tammy and Isaac's house. They have Brian on the speakerphone.
So you took the menorahs to the newspaper? You just walked in and
Yes, Dad.
and they printed them?
Yes.
And people color them and cut them out?
Well, we think so. We hope so.
Tammy and Isaac prepare the menorah as the sun begins to set.
Ready, Dad?
Ready.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu bo mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Hanukkah.
Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us with his commandments and commanded us to kindle the lights of Hanukkah.
The shamash is lighted.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim le'avoteinu bayamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh.
Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who performed miracles for our ancestors at this season in days past.
Tammy hands the shamash to Isaac to light the first night candle.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehigianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who gave us life and kept us delivered us to this time.
As Isaac lights his candle in their home area, Katie and Lori light candle, and in the chief's home area, he lights a candle. And as music comes subtly under, candles begin to be seen lighting up nearly endlessly, and Isaac can see them all. It's as if he's surrounded by millions of tiny lights.
Mom, look.
Yes, Isaac, I see.
A great miracle happened there.
A great miracle happened here. Oh, Brian, you should see lights everywhere. Hanukkah Christmas lights.
It's very good. I'm so proud of you both. I can't wait till I see you tomorrow.
Safe home, Dad.
Safe home indeed.
Yes, safe.
Music rises as Tammy, Isaac, Katie, Lori, and the chief all watch the multitude of burning lights as the lights fade to darkness. Candles continue burning. End of play.
Bravo to the cast and crew of Hanukkah Lights in the Big Sky. Special thanks to Buffy Sedlachek, the author, who so graciously let us do this script. We appreciate it so much. Everybody, happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and however you and yours celebrate. Thank you. We will see you next week for Washington Irving's Old Christmas. Good night, everybody.